Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The Smith's throw taken in by Slayton. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Shifts past him at the 45. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the third level before you know it.
Out from the shadows of their goal line. Here's 1st and 10 from the 11. Another run with Sanders. Ooh, the juke. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And this nearly an interception right off the bat. An early crisis averted as that winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. But let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Geno. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Eagles at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They run behind center with Gainwell down to about the 45. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here at MetLife Stadium to take the season series 2-0.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Smith.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The Smith throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Throwing now is Geno. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Barkley, inside handoff. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Smith. And it's caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. After the interception, here's Smith.
Slant route to Miller. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Barkley. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Darius Slayton,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that makes the score 21-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. Taken down at the 47-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence collapses the pocket and drops it for a loss of 3. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And New York set to take the field. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost. You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
Now Gino on 1st down. That's complete to Slayton. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Barkley will score. Touchdown, New York. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Dances by him. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Smith. To Barkley on the check down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
From the gun, here's Smith.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. To throw is Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal.
From the right hash, this from 48. Gano's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A give running left. It's Sanders.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll find Metcalf. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. look to throw again. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Dalvin Cook, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Green Bay to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau. And it's the visiting L.A. Chargers who are out in front. Josh Palmer, a career afternoon, 4 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Going for it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
On the draw, Gainwell.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown from 6 yards away.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he stopped immediately there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Geno now to throw.
Over the middle, caught by Bellinger.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
The shotgun snap for Smith. Got a man complete to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Geno.
And that one drops down incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
To the air again, Smith. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Smith.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
On second down now, it's Wagner. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now Smith. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Throwing now is Geno. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Barkley again.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley
with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have opened the lead up to 30. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Gano now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Second and 3. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. Back to throw again.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right.
He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Gainwell is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The New York set to take the field.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3rd and 2, Smith.
Got a man, Slayton, finding room at midfield.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. It's Barkley on the counter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw, Smith. Able to get away. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to 1st down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They will run for it with Gainwell.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. Flushed out right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
He'll check this one down to Gainwell.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. They'll look to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and